Welcome back to Great Day at 9 Okay, so who was responsible for an accident on private property?
I have this question all the time. Lawyer Twillie, the owner of LA Law here in our state, has the answers. Good morning, Lawyer. Good to see you.
Good morning.
No, because my mother fell, and it was a big deal. We didn't know who, she fell in the Long Island Railroad parking lot, and we didn't know what the heck was happening. We didn't know what to do. We didn't know who to go after. We didn't know if it was private. Does the Long Island Railroad have homeowners insurance? Do we go after them?
Well, you know what? That's very interesting. I think we talked about this a couple of years ago. This happened a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I just think it's one of those situations, especially with railroads. It gets a little weird because they have these.
Well, it's the parking lot, and then who owns the parking lot?
Correct.
And then did she?
Who's responsible
for that?
Cleaning the park? Yeah.
A lot of questions.
Maintaining it. Yeah. A lot of questions.
Well, speaking of a question, you got a question from a client, right? An email from a client about an accident at the beach. So let's take a look. Erica writes, I was in an accident in a private dirt parking lot at the beach. My daughter required serious medical attention from the collision.
Wow.
They hit her door without even braking. I called the police. They came, but someone told me since it was on private property, it isn't their jurisdiction. What should I do? That was from, again, Erica.
Erica should call an attorney right away.
100%.
Yeah, because that information right there isn't correct. It's false. If an incident happens on private property, you should still call local law enforcement and have them come. Are they going to do a full report? No, they're not required to do that. But they will do a private property report. They'll get the names of the parties. They'll usually get a brief statement as to what happened. That we have some ammunition to go back to the insurance carrier and say, hey, this happened, as opposed to just them taking your word for it. Because if I call up an insurance company and say, hey, I was at 445 Canyon Road and somebody hit me, they're going to be like, all right, did you call the police?
Right.
Where's the police report? It's my word versus their word.
Right.
So insist upon having local law enforcement come out, even if it's on private property, and say, yes, I understand it was on private property, but can you come out and just get the names of the parties so we have a private property
and
incident
some kind
report?
of documentation.
Yeah, that's the
that
whole,
happens.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, that's it. And so it's not going to be a full-on police report, but they usually call it an incident report or a private property report. That way you have something to back up your story.
What about, she said that her daughter required serious medical attention. Would a medical bill or a health care consult, would that qualify? Yeah,
so what you're going to want to do is talk to your insurance, auto insurance company, rather.
Okay.
So you may have a coverage that's called medical payments coverage that's attached to your policy. If you're from out of state, I know it's beach stuff, so you might have a Rhode Island policy or a Massachusetts policy if you happen to be coming to Connecticut to one of our beaches. And so you might have a coverage called personal injury protection that will pay your medical bills up first until the policy is exhausted, and then your own personal health insurance would kick in. But then what happens after that is important, and that's why you really need a lawyer, because there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that needs to take place.
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, so I mean, there may be a right to be reimbursed. If your private health insurance starts to pay, there may be a clause in the policy that says, hey, if somebody else caused if there's a third party that's responsible for injuring you, and that's why you got treatment, if you get money from them, you have to reimburse us.
And if it happens during the holidays, is that a Santa Claus?
It is a Santa Claus, yeah, and it's not a pleasant one.
No, exactly.
It's not Tim Allen showing up.
Exactly.
No, it is not.
Okay.
That's pretty interesting. So, A, call the police.
Yes, call the police.
And then call your attorney.
Call you.
Call an attorney.
Yeah.
Call me.
Call you.
Yeah.
Speaking
what have you got to lose?
If you'd like to get in touch with Lawyer Twillie, you can do that by phone, email, or lalawct.com. All that information is up on your screen right now.
Okay. Thanks, Lawyer Twillie.
Awesome.
Good
Appreciate
information.
you being here.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you so
See
much.
you a great day at 3.
That's right.
How about that?
Yeah. Tacos?
Oh, look at that. What a tease.
Tacos. We're going to see if we can get some here. All right.